The Young and the Restless. Spoilers. Tuesday update, full the 5th of May, 2026. Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today is a beautiful day to dive into the absolute chaos that is Genoa City. We have so much drama to unpack, so grab your coffee and let's get right into the thick of it. So it is finally happening. It really looks like the tides are turning and a whole bunch of forces are aligning against Victor Newman. And honestly, it is about time. I feel like we have been watching Victor get away with literally everything for months now. He just sits in his office and pulls strings and ruins lives, and nobody ever actually makes him pay for it. But things are shifting. You can feel it in the writing. Let's start with Jack Abbott. So Jack is sober. He is clear-headed. And Patty Williams actually tries to seduce him again, but Jack is not having it. He completely rejects her and walks away, which, thank goodness, I don't think I could handle watching another messy Jack and Patty hookup. It is just too gross at this point. But then Kyle steps in, Kyle Abbott, and he actually convinces Jack to let him go on the offensive against Victor. Jack agrees. And you know why? Because Victor never sees Kyle coming. Victor always underestimates Kyle. He just sees him as Jack's annoying kid. So Kyle is the perfect Trojan horse here. They come up with this plan to use Patty to sabotage Victor and Nikki's marriage, which is kind of brilliant if you think about it. Hit Victor where he lives. And I love this for Kyle. Kyle is always trying to prove he is a big boy, right? Always trying to step out of his dad's shadow. Sometimes it is annoying. Okay, a lot of the time it is annoying. But right now, it works. It totally works. But here is the crazy part. Patty is already ahead of them. Patty is out there being a total wild card. Let's talk about Diane Jenkins for a second. Diane actually uses her brain here. She sees Victor and Patty together, and Victor, because he is Victor, just has to tease her. He has to gloat. He can never just keep his mouth shut when he thinks he has won. Diane calls him out on his little scheme, and then Patty walks up, and they pretend they are just meeting for the first time. It is terrible acting, just terrible. Diane pretends to walk away, but she doesn't. She hangs back in the shadows, and she watches Patty share her plan with Victor, and then she watches them literally raise a glass and toast to it. They toast. Boom. That is the proof. That is exactly the proof Diane needed to realize that Jack really was drugged. All this time she has been so furious with him, ready to throw the whole marriage away. She kept saying her heart told her Jack was innocent, but her head was telling her he cheated. Well, now her head has the facts. Victor orchestrated the whole thing. I am so relieved. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Diane, but she has been driving me crazy lately. Just flying off the handle. But you get what I mean, right? It is just so frustrating when characters refuse to see what is right in front of them. Now she knows. Now she knows Victor played her, and an angry Diane Jenkins is a very dangerous Diane Jenkins. And the absolute irony of all this is that Patty is basically executing Jack and Kyle's plan for them. They wanted to use Patty to ruin Victor's life. And Patty is just out there doing it on her own. She is chaos, pure chaos. Now, Jack and Kyle are going to want to use her to drive a wedge between Victor and Nikki. Everything is going to change. The whole dynamic is flipping. But wait, it gets better. So much better. Let's talk about Victoria Newman. Victoria decides to pay a little visit to Billy Abbott. She goes over there to warn him about the evidence, the fake AI evidence that Victor is using to frame Phyllis and threaten everyone. Victoria thinks she is doing a good deed. She thinks she is being the nice reasonable ex-wife. Billy is not having it at all. Billy completely drags her. He just tears into her. He calls out the fake evidence. He tells her to her face that she has absolutely no backbone, that she is a coward who will never actually stand up to her father. And wow, it was harsh, but it was so true. Victoria always defends Victor, always. It is exhausting to watch. She will literally watch her father destroy people, destroy businesses, destroy families, and she just stands there in her expensive suits and makes excuses for him. Billy was right to call her out. He said she is perfectly willing to let innocent people get ruined, even people who have not their own kids, just to keep Victor happy. And Victoria gets so defensive. She tries to act tough, but you can tell Billy's words are getting to her. He knows exactly which buttons to push. He always has. And then, oh man, and then Sally Spectra walks in. Sally walks into the room, and Victoria looks at her, and Victoria sees it right there on her finger, a massive engagement ring. Billy and Sally are engaged. Engaged. Victoria is completely thrown off balance. You can see her brain just short-circuiting. But Billy doesn't stop there. He drops the ultimate bomb. He tells Victoria that he and Sally are engaged and that Sally is pregnant. Pregnant. Victoria's face was priceless. She was absolutely stunned. Bang wang, as they say. Just completely rocked to her core. And this is where things get really deep, because Victoria is a mother. She knows what Victor does to people. She knows the collateral damage of Victor's war. When it was just Phyllis getting framed, Victoria didn't care. She hates Phyllis. We all know that. But now there is a baby involved. Billy's baby, her children's future sibling. You can see the wheels turning in Victoria's head. She suddenly realizes exactly what is going to happen. If Victor keeps pushing this fake evidence, if he keeps destroying everyone in his path, this innocent baby is going to be born into a war zone. Victor will ruin Billy. He will ruin Sally. He will ruin innocent people. It changes everything. It really does. We don't really trust Victoria to do the right thing. I mean, let's be real. How many times have we thought, oh, this is it. This is the moment. Victoria finally breaks away from Victor. And then she just folds. She always folds. She is a Newman through and through. But maybe this time is different. Maybe I'm being naive. But I really think this pregnancy news shook her. It is one thing to play corporate warfare with Phyllis. It is a completely different thing to watch your father actively try to destroy the father of your children while he is expecting a new baby. It feels like this was the wake-up call she needed. She knows everything Victor is doing is wrong. She has always known, but she ignored it. Now, she might actually try to stop it. She might actually try to put an end to Victor's false accusations and his fake AI blackmail. Or maybe she will just try for a day and then give up. Who knows with the writers these days? What were they thinking, making us wait this long for someone to actually fight back against Victor? It has been dragging on forever. But I have to say, the look on Billy's face when he defended Sally, it was actually kind of sweet. I know Billy is a mess. Billy is always a mess. He makes terrible choices. But in that moment, standing up to Victoria, protecting his pregnant fiancée, it was a good look for him. And Sally, poor Sally, she looked so overwhelmed. She has been through so much trauma especially with losing baby Ava, and now she is engaged to Billy and pregnant again, and she walks right into this intense Newman Abbott crossfire. I just want Sally to be happy for like 5 minutes. Is that too much to ask? So, what happens next? Will Victoria actually have the guts to end Victor's reign of terror? Will she expose the fake evidence? Will Diane team up with Jack and Kyle to use Patty to destroy Victor's marriage? It is all coming together. The Abbotts are finally fighting back. Diane has her proof. Kyle has a plan. Billy has a spine. And Victor might actually be losing his grip on his precious daughter. I honestly cannot wait to see how this blows up in Victor's face. It is going to be messy. It is going to be loud. And I am here for every single second of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Victoria will actually turn on Victor? Or is she just going to run back to Daddy like she always does?